about to leave. Already packed.
I think we've got everything packed. Just putting the last few things in the car.
We'll get away.
And I think we're ready to go. Easter Thursday traffic. So we're going to Cassilis, so just on the other side of Mary War.
Right.
And then, so just to the Bolo where we normally just stay there. And then we'll go across to Wellington tomorrow, and we're at Wellington till Monday.
Yep.
And then I'm not quite sure where we're going from Monday. Yeah. And the Golden Highway traffic. Looks like there's a big fire burning somewhere out here, judging by that cloud. Jeez. Not sure that we've seen it back quite this far.
No, she's actually knocked off the bridge.
Pretty long line here now. Some of it's mining traffic. Oh, there we go. That's the end of it.
Red ball on the sky is just about to become painful.
Yes. Not sure whether this is the roadworks or a little truck that's overturned a little bit earlier. Did he jack?
Oh,
no,
he jacked. Oh yeah, he rolled.
Smokey's making for a pretty sunset. And there's Lawrence up ahead. Managed to catch up to him when we got caught at that little accident there. And now we're just going to drive into the sunset. And that is just about the end of sunset, I think, for today. Bye, Cassilis Bolo.
Thanks, Cassilis.
Another great stop. Bye, Mr. Church.
What does he say?
Onwards
Columbia.
to Gulgong. So we just stopped in Gulgong, went to the bakery. The guys got some pies and sausage rolls, some coffees, and we just went for a walk around the old streets. Gulgong used to be the town on the $10 note until they updated to the new currency. We're just going to grab some fuel, and then I think we're on our way to Wellington.
Well, he's coming because, you know, it's a garden.
We're at Wellington Caves and we're just about to take the kids for an afternoon walk into the Japanese gardens, which is basically right at the entrance to the caves, which is pretty cool. So that'll keep them occupied for a little while. So we'll see what's in here. Probably fair to say that I was more entertained than the kids in the garden. I had a good run around, but yeah, it was kind of left here in the end to just explore. They're pretty cool little gardens. They're not huge, but there's a couple of different little bridges. There's your typical red. There's some koi in the pond. So yeah, so that was pretty good. We'll probably just have a quiet night, I think, tonight. We've all set up. We've got a barbecue to have for dinner, and I think we're going to go through maybe one of the caves tomorrow, go into town, get a couple of last minute things that somehow between the four of us we still didn't manage to bring, but that's okay. Recreation room and the camp kitchen. I think there's a little games area for the kids as well. Some little motels there. And then here's all of our dirty crew on the corner. They've completely taken over our spot. Installed their gazebo, brought all their chairs over, pulled 2 tables over, and just basically crashed our party. Go and check out Lake Burrendong.
Lift up to look at.
Sure. We just got up to the lookout at the dam. Just going to head down to the dam wall. The other guys are pretty much leaving, so we'll catch them up. So we've just come out onto the dam wall, and we just put the drones up, so we've got a bit of footage there, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot of water left in the dam. There's still enough for over on one of the edges. They're over skiing, but yeah, so we just go for a bit of a walk. Then we're going to head back to camp, have some lunch, and then we're going to go through one of the caves. So good afternoon ahead before we put the roast in the camp as well. Actually, it's probably going to end up in the barbecue, I think, because we're not really allowed to have fires, which is a bit of a bummer. So, but we'll cook the roast in the barbies and go from there.
Wow. 300 metres through cave and 300 stairs in cave. Yeah.
I'll give me 10,000.
Would you walk in front of the camera? Terrible. Gonna eat you up?
He's pretty big.
Oh, it's not a real life one.
fellow by the name of George Rankin was having a look down in this cave. He tied his rope to a lovely big rock in the side of the cave wall here, proceeded to abseil down. The rock fell out of the wall. He had a bit of a tumble, but he was all right. But it turned out the rock was actually fossil of a Diprotodon thigh-bone. This whole system is limestone. This was predominantly a stalagmite. Of course, you've got a stalactite at the top. It's taken on millions of years to grow, but this is a result of the water seeping through, creating this solid structure.
So we've just got back from the Cathedral Cave. It was pretty busy. I think because of the long weekend they're probably putting a few more people on the tour than what they normally would, so it took a little while. But we got to see everything and the kids had a pretty good time checking out all the caves, and one of the caves is called Thunder Cave, so you can yell out cooey and it all echoes over the place, so they had a bit of fun doing that. And found a few fossils in the cave, so we've just come back to camps. It's only like about a 2-minute walk up to the information office, and then you walk up to the cave, and the kids have gone for a swim. I think some of the big kids have gone as well. I'm just going to do some editing and pull some files off the drone and off the Osmo, off my camera, and keep them all so I can try and keep some order to all of that. And then I think it's going to be almost time to put the meat on. Lawrence has already got his beef on. And yeah, we're going to be trying out our new Ziegler Brown Barbie that we bought, so hopefully we don't burn the lamb. That will be the aim tonight.
Don't we all?
Alright, Lockie, you start yours. Buddy.
Lamb,
Lockie, pumpkin.
beef,
I do not like
You do, you're going to have a bit of pumpkin soup.
pork hiding,
I like sweet
and
potatoes.
veg.
Before we all tucker in,
I was going to say
you're just going to say Grace.
Grace.
Great.
2, 4, 6, 8.
No, she's a good one.
It's half half.
Do we have any Marge on the table?
What's Marge?
Margarine.
Butter, margarine.
I'll go grab something if you like.
Nah, it's all good.
place soon.
So, by my watch, it's about a minute for them to come. It'd be my pleasure to have you for the next hour. I'm John, as some of you guys alluded to earlier. We have fairly normal sized heads here. My head's pretty big.
I've got a big one.
Because we've got to find the wombat, the big wombat.
Yes, we've got to find a few things. Australia was very disconnected from an early point in time throughout the Earth's shaping, and hence you get these very weird variations on some common creatures. So he's growing anywhere to 3 to 5 meters in length. Certainly I'm glad he's not in my backyard. Has everyone been on the cathedral tour before?
Yeah.
Yep, excellent. It's very similar temperature range. A cobra? No, very similar. It's also very similar to a boa constrictor. It's the modern relative of it. But this guy here is known as Wanambi nericortensis. And what about this guy over here? Echidna, excellent. Good guess, Lachlan. And this guy though, Lachlan, which one's that? You said it before.
Wombat.
Yes, a wombat. And then how about this large guy here? He looks a bit unusual.
Isn't he that statue out the front?
Yes, we have a good memory here.
Something like
You're very close. So di meaning the Latin word for two. Diprotodon is his name. The two large, he gets it from the cavities in his nose there. He had cavities all throughout his skull. Really wouldn't want to mess with this guy. He has two large incisor bones, teeth that essentially extend out of his jaw. So the mine, as I was saying beforehand, was opened in 1914. And if anyone knows anything about history, that coincides with one particularly large event that got kicking off in 1914, the First World War. The mine's operation continues until 1918. And it's very much inextricably linked to that First World War. Everything would have had to be hand dug. They're using pickaxes, shovels, buckets. They had no pit ponies. Essentially, they were carting rocks out the whole way. This is basically 4 years of work, culminating in a bit of a phosphate find. We're in a phosphate mine, of course, but it's really important to note that they really didn't get that much out of it. So we have a UV light quality in this kind of scene here with the particular white instances in front of us. But it's important to note that most of this is generally low-grade stuff.
Are we going now?
Yeah.
We just brought the others out for a bit of a look. We just wanted to see what it was like, whether the river was flowing and how many people were out here, just to get a bit of an idea.